gwethera mahiũ maku irio cia gĩkĩro kĩa igũrũ. Ndũkamake rĩngĩ nĩ amu Farmers Fresh Feeds nĩ makuoneire kĩhonia. Maragũthondekera irio cia mahiũ na gĩkĩro kĩa igũrũ nĩguo gũtigĩrĩra atĩ mahiũ maku nĩ magĩa na umithio mũingĩ. Maragũthondekera irio ta poultry feeds nĩcio irio cia ngũkũ, dairy feeds nĩcio irio cia ng'ombe, pig feeds nĩcio irio cia ngũrwe, rabbit pellets nĩcio irio cia mbũkũ, calf pellets nĩcio irio cia tũcaũ na ingĩ nyingĩ. Ririkana, ũngĩgũra irio gwa Farmers Fresh Feeds nĩ makũrehagĩra nginya gwaku mũrango-inĩ. Macerere mwena wa Thika Keno barabara-inĩ nene ya Keno Marua Road, kana ũmahũrĩre thimũ kũgerera 0704 744498. Farmers Fresh Feeds, quality feeds, maximum production. Joy Sunrise Medical and Technical College nĩ thukuru wĩhotanĩire gũtigĩrĩra atĩ mũrutwo nĩ athomera kothi ĩrĩa erirĩirie na tũtigagĩrĩra nĩ athoma na ũbacĩrĩri na ũtaaramu wa kĩrathi kĩa igũrũ agatuĩka mũndũ harĩ rũciũ rwake. Tũgũthomithagia kothi ta caregiving, health sciences, beauty and hairdressing, fashion and design, engineering and technology, business studies, hospitality, defensive driving, journalism and media studies. Intake cito no cirathiĩ na mbere. Atucerere mwena wa Thika Kĩganjo kana ũtũhũrĩre thimũ kũgerera 0720 447 988. Joy Sunrise Medical and Technical College, your stairway to success.
Cireketie kwihanda wega themo cia Hwaini guku ni kwa Mukaru TV. Ndi haha nigetha ngurehere mohoro maria makorwo magitukinyira guku metha-ini itu ya studio kwa Mukaru TV. Nie ngetika Wanderi wa Ngari. Na tukiambiriria thutha wa gikuo kia Ng'eno na arata ake atano, muthenya umuthi arata na family ni mekinyirie mwena uria wa Karen kuria Nairobi, kuria magucakayaga gikuo kia Ng'eno. Maugire ati Ng'eno arari mundu urerumbuyagia na mundu arerutanagiria muno uboco-ini wake wa umuthenya. Ekitwamukire ripoti ino makiria.
Of my early days, when everything was still soft and full of possibility. We were young, learning life together, and somehow you made it all feel less frightening and more beautiful. Your laugh, oh your laugh, made ordinary days feel like celebration. I can still hear it. I think I always will. And the way you loved your children, Tabaron and Chesang, you adored them. You held them with pride. You played with them. You look at them like they were your greatest accomplishment. In their eyes, you were a hero. In mine, you were a gentle, devoted father with the biggest heart. You were my beginning, was still new and pure. Losing you feels like losing the music of my youth, the laughter, the dreams, the simplicity of believing we had endless time. But even death cannot take what we built. It cannot erase the love, the memories, the family we created. You'll always be my Joha. Rest gently, my love. You're forever part of me.
To His Excellency Deputy President in charge, praise God. I am Sister to Carlos, I am Ivy Cherono. To add on the tribute, I want to read the tribute from Dad. Dear son, have led this family for many years, teaching strength, discipline, and responsibility. Yet nothing prepared me for the day I will have to say goodbye. To say goodbye to you. Your resilience has been unmatched. Your dedication to serve the people was left. I saw in you a steady spirit and heart willing to serve others. You listened, you learned, and you carried yourself with respect. I believe you will one day stand beside me, helping me to guide this family forward. You leave behind your brothers and sisters. I will continue to stand firm for them, but your absence will always be felt. Still, your memory will remain quite kind, reminding us of duty, unity.
Oho abunge icigo ngũrani cia bũrũri onao nĩ makinyirie mwena-inĩ ũcio wa Karen kũrĩa marauga atĩ mũmbunge ũyũ Johana arĩ mũmbunge mwĩrutĩri thĩinĩ wa wĩra wake wa ũmbunge. Ekitwamũkĩre ndeto ĩno kuma kũrĩ ambunge.
Character as a very strong defender of his people, sometimes very abrasive, but he would combine that with his very easy laughter. Many times when he was off duty, when he was not doing the rough politics of Emuru Dikir and Narok County. So he advised me. We did 2 events recently with him, one in Emuru Dikir, another one in Kilgoris, just a few months ago. And let me just say this one. And then he said, not just to me, but to the congregation. We were doing some event for 20 churches. And he came and he told me in front of the people, Mr. Deputy President, if you want to succeed, you must stand behind President Riitho and support him to deliver for Kenya. So if anybody had any doubt that the late Johanna Ngeno was a friend, supporter of the president, that doubt should be removed today through the witness statement that I am providing before this congregation. He said loudly and boldly that according to the Kalenjin and Maasai culture, because he's married in the Maasai community and he's from the Kalenjin culture, he said, kwa mila ya Wakalenjin na Wamasai, wako na msemo ya kwamba mguu wa nyuma wa ng'ombe unakanyanga mahali mguu wa mbele umekanyanga.
Because Johanna Ngeno was one of my political pillars. And all these people are my friends in one way or another. Let me say polly to the families. I want to thank the following people. One, the people of Nandi and the people of Wasingishu. They were there with us when all this happened. And I want to thank the Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly, my good brother Moses Wetangula, because immediately you formed the committee that really helped us from Wasingishu to Nairobi. And even, I think, Honorable Meli forgot to say that we have been with them together from the word go. And I want to say this for the people of Kenya, that we have lost a man who has done so much to his people. And for me, because we ended the 11th Parliament together with a number of members of Parliament who are here, I just want to say that death is very cruel. And say polly to all of you who have known Johanna Ngeno. That morning, he called me to tell me that he's going to travel to Nandi, but late in the afternoon, if I can join him to issue bursaries, checks to the needy students in Kapsasian ward. But I told him that I'm very far, a place called Majimoto Narosra, and that is very far. Then he, as normal, Mheshimiwa John Angeno laugh. He said, you know, he just went nuts laughing, and then he told me that, Governor, I have a chopper, I can pick you, and then, you know, you can join me later. Little did I know that that was the last day that I'm going to talk to my friend and a son-in-law.
A true son of the soil that has fought long and hard to ensure that his people feel properly represented and his people gain out of his leadership. I knew Mheshimiwa Ngeno in 2015, I think like Mheshimiwa Meli had said, had just been granted the ticket for the Jubilee Party. And they came very strongly to campaign together with many others, including Mheshimiwa Sudi, who seated there for their candidate, the KANU candidate in that by-election. Of course, things went the way they went, and we finished that by-election. I joined them in Parliament. So when you go to 2017, I went to Emuru Wadikir to revenge also, to do what politicians do to each other. And we tried our best, but we never managed to get near.
Na tugatuma ndumiriri citu cia macakaya kuri family icio ciuritwo ni endwao. Na tugitikana na ndeto yo, aruti a wira a thirikari mwena-ini wa Embakasi ni mathire kana ni makorirwo na githurano kia gucagura munene wao. No thutha ucio githurano kiu gitina twika gia gukorwo kiagirire ni tondu marauga ati githurano kiu gitina korwo na waragania uria wagirire. Kituigue ndeto ino makiria.
Nilikuwa nasimama kiti ya chairman ya hii ya Civil Servants Union. Tulikuja uchaguzi hapa leo, tukaona kuko na mambo yaendelei nzuri. Watu wetu wale tulikuwa tunamobilize na ni officers wakaambiwa wako kwa register, na wengine wanakatwa hiyo pesa, wengine wanafukuzwa nje, wanaambiwa wao si wa union ya hii ya Civil Servants. Lakini ndio tutokea hivi, unaona vitu kipiga makelele hapa hivi, na si makelele ile tuko naye, ile makelele ile kitu unaona tukikuja kuvote tunamobilize, wanaambiwa waende. Lakini hapa ndani institution watu walikuwa wanatoka kwa mlango mwingine wanakuja, tuka notice kuko na kitu, na ni wanafunzi hao wakiingia hapa ndio wanaambiwa hata waangalie. Lakini sisi officers wale wanakatwa hiyo pesa kama civil servants, wanalazimishwa wanarudishwa hata waende.
Utaratibu haukufuatwa, ulikiukwa. Kwa nini ninasema hivi? Kiujumla katika uchaguzi yoyote ile kuna masaa ambayo yameteuliwa kwa mujibu wa sheria. Ukisoma sheria za utendakazi wa wafanyikazi, vyama vya wafanyikazi, inahitajika kana kwamba uchaguzi ufanywe katikati ya saa 12 ya asubuhi hadi jioni macheo saa 12. Huu uchaguzi ulipangwa kwa njia ya kigafla na ukutimiza ibara hiyo. Kwa nini? Kwa sababu wale washirikadau na washirikadau hawakuhusishwa katika utaratibu mzima wa kupanga uchaguzi, wala wagombea hawakupewa muda wa kujieleza ama kujua watakavyoshiriki. Ya pili, kulikuwa na ukosefu wa mambo kadha wa kadha. Katika chaguzi zote zile, utaratibu huwa kana kwamba sajili ya watakaopiga kura inawekwa wazi kwa wagombeaji, ndiposa wajue idadi ya watakaopiga kura, jambo ambalo tumeuliza aliyesimamia uchaguzi hakutufafanulia. Ya pili, nikirudia pale, vyombo vyote vya kupiga kura vilikuwa vinabebwa na wahusika ambao kwetu kulingana na sisi ni wawaniaji tu.
Starting with the register, When all of us were coming here today, the register was placed right here at the gate. And the majority of us were going through that register for you to be allowed to get inside to vote. Our opponents, those people who were contesting for the same seats, many of them just walked in from the other end. That means they had easy access from their offices to the polling center. That is number one. Number two, we do not know who appointed, from where were the election officials coming from. Nobody had told us who are they, because we just came in here and found people, taking, we do not know who they are. But our preliminary investigations show us that these people are working here. And there's no way, like my colleague has said, there's no way tunaweza kuwa tunapigana na unapigania kwa nyumba yako alafu nikushinde. Uko na kila kitu ya kunipiga.
Na tugithi na mbere muthi wa umuthi nirio abunge mauma na gikaro gia keri hari mujadara wa kwararamia wonjoria wa guku bururi-ini. Guku ni kuringana kana wonekanite riria abunge amwe maratetera makiuga ati mubango uyu wambitio ni manifesto ya Kenya Kwanza muno kuri Kimani Ichung'wa ni auma na uhoro uyu makiria.
To be a member of this board, you must have 15 years experience. Part of the members in this house do not have even the 15 years experience, while they make good laws for this country, that some of them are approved in this floor. And Mr. Speaker, allow me also to say that the law, the bill as proposed is very ambiguous. It doesn't fall under state corporation. It doesn't say it's a treasury instrument. It is neither a government-owned enterprise. It is just a board. It lacks clarity, because you must mention, and in law, you just have to say, what is it? A fund for what? For instance, today, Mr. Speaker, when you go to the NGCDF board, the drafters of that law and what has come to be of it, of the NGCDF board, first of all, because of the kind of money it deals with, it is members of the board are approved by this parliament. This bill does not give an opportunity for this parliament to approve the board. It is the CS who just gazettes what was heard by saying, even if they are appointed, they must be approved by this parliament.
A particular section of the PFM Act applies to other funds other than those that are subsets of the consolidated fund under Article 206. And it does not apply to this particular one. Yeah. Mr. Speaker, because I believe this country needs an infrastructure fund, and I believe we need one that is constitutional. So I'm proposing the bill be amended to establish an infrastructure fund in compliance with Article 206 to receive and hold the proceeds of privatization under the administration of the controller of budget. And then we establish an investment fund for infrastructure within the Capital Markets Authority framework. And there are provisions that can enable us. We just need to apply ourselves. And if you look at Section 25 of this proposed bill, where we are talking about guarantees and all that, and you read it together with Article 215.
Your time is up, Caroli. Osoro. Give him a minute. Give him a minute. You know you have 5 minutes, so compose your thoughts.
Yes. Section 25 of this proposed bill talks about government support measures, binding undertaking, letter of support, letters of credit, credit guarantees, etc. If you read that together with Article 214 of the Constitution of Kenya, sub-Article 2, where the public debt is described, for purposes of this article, public debt means all financial obligations attendant to loans raised or guaranteed and securities issued or guaranteed by the national government. We are creating a pathway to more debt. There's no point of denying it. With those remarks, I will forewarn
a proposal of the National Infrastructure Fund, Honorable Speaker. And any person who genuinely needs a road, any person that genuinely needs this country to progress, Honorable Speaker, should be supporting this whole concept of national, the creative way of making or raising these funds, Honorable Speaker, so that we can be able to, to mitigate this challenge that we are facing. Because the question is imposing additional taxes or further borrowing. Those are the only two things or two options that we have, Honorable Speaker, to raise funds.
If we do not use those two options, Honorable Speaker, then the third option is to create or come up with an innovative mechanism, which we are doing through the National Infrastructure Fund, and then we legislate about it, and then we make it, we pass through it, it becomes a good bill, then it's ascended by the President. So we should be discussing on the content of the structure of leadership, the Honorable Karoli Omondi, in the committee of the whole, so that we are able to, part of the structure, especially the governance structure of the NIF, that is the question of the structure of governance of the funds, and that can always, you can propose it as we go to the committee of the whole. Not really saying the whole concept is bad, it's bad law. You really can't do that, Honorable Speaker. So with those many remarks, Honorable Speaker, I beg to support this and urge the House to support it as it is. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Order. That's a question of semantics. I don't think it goes to the substance of debate.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. There is nothing worth responding to there at all. Honorable Speaker was saying that the purpose of this fund, you just need to read the bill, clause 4. And particularly because I've had many members again speak on the question of debt. If you read clause 4C, it says that the purpose of the fund is 1, or part C, to reduce the reliance of public debt for the financing of commercially viable infrastructure.
Wind up, your time is up.
That is the whole intent of the bill, that we'll be able to lift off those commercially viable infrastructure projects out of our budget and finance them through this initiative, Honorable Speaker.
Ndugatuike wa kunyegenya mitambo ino ya Mukaru Science TV. Twacokeririe na mangi maingi thutha wa kitombe tuikirie o ndagika nini.
Urerorera Mukaru TV.
Murimi ni utangikite ugethera mahiu maku irio cia gikiro kia iguru. Ndukamakĩrĩngĩ nĩamu Farmers Fresh Feeds nĩ makuoneire kĩhonia. Maraguthondekera irio cia mahiu na gĩkĩro kia iguru nĩguo gũtigĩrĩra atĩ mahiu maku nĩ magĩa na umithio mũingĩ. Maraguthondekera irio ta poultry feeds nicio irio cia ngũkũ, dairy feeds nicio irio cia ng'ombe, pig feeds nicio irio cia ngũrwe, rabbit pellets nicio irio cia mbũkũ, calf pellets nicio irio cia tũcaũ na ingĩ nyingĩ. Ririkana ũngĩgũra irio gwa Farmers Fresh Feeds nĩ makũrehagira nginya gwaku mũrango-inĩ. Macerere mwena wa Thika Keno barabara-inĩ nene ya Keno Marua Road, kana ũmahũrĩre thimũ kũgerera 0704 744498. Farmers Fresh Feeds, quality feeds, maximum production. Joy Sunrise Medical and Technical College nĩ thukuru wĩhotanĩire gũtigĩrĩra atĩ mũrutwo nĩ athomera kothi ĩrĩa erirĩirie na tũtigagĩrĩra nĩ athoma na ũbacĩrĩri na ũtaaramu wa kĩrathi kĩa igũrũ agatuĩka mũndũ harĩ rũciũ rwake. Tũgũthomithagia kothi ta caregiving, health sciences, beauty and hairdressing, fashion and design, engineering and technology, business studies, hospitality, defensive driving, journalism and media studies. Intake cito no cirathiĩ na mbere. Atucerere mwena wa Thika Kiganjo kana utuhurire thimu kugerera 0720 447 988. Joy Sunrise Medical and Technical College, your stairway to success.
Na tũgĩthiĩ na mbere o rĩrĩ mbura nene ĩthiĩte na mbere na kwĩhĩrĩra thĩinĩ wa bũrũri witũ wa Kenya, Thirikari nĩ ĩroria andũ matuĩke akwĩthema mĩtino kana agũtuĩka kwaga gũthiĩra kũndũ kũrĩa kwĩna mĩihũro mĩingĩ. Ũũ nĩ thutha wa ũrĩa ũrarĩ kana nĩ CS Eric Muiga kuga atĩ thirikari nĩ gũthiĩ na mbere na kuongerera mbeca kana kĩgĩna thĩinĩ wa waki wa demu nĩ ũndũ wa kũhonokia bũrũri thĩinĩ wa ũkĩa. Reke twamũkĩre riboti ĩno makĩria.
Na serikali ikaona ni vyema tuache kutegemea mvua katika kilimo chetu. Na sasa inaunda a funding system, a funding model. Tunaita National Infrastructure Fund. Tutengeneze mabwawa makubwa zaidi ya 50. Tutengeneze mabwawa madogo ya katikati zaidi ya 200. Tutengeneze mabwawa madogo zaidi ya 1000. Haya yote mabwawa kunaponyesha tuyatumie kuhifadhi, kuvuna na kuhifadhi maji, kwa sababu hatutaki tena kutegemea kuangalia na kutizama juu tukitafuta mawingu ndiposa tuanze kulima. Ukulima wetu uimarike, tulishe taifa. Yale madhara yanaletwa na maji mengi ya mvua yapungue. Tuwe na afya kama nchi, tuwe na shibe, tunawiri. Ile pesa ambayo tunatumia kuagiza vyakula kutoka nchi za nje tusitumie wapi? Hapa. Na mkulima aache kutegemea mvua katika kulima kwake. Na huo mradi unaitwa National Infrastructure Fund. We need to do catchment conservation. Nimeona kule tunapanda miti ambayo inatumia maji mengi. We need to know riparian land. We need to know personal land. And we need to plant trees and vegetation that will conserve that spring. Sisi tumefanya catchment restoration. Ni jukumu lenu kwenda mbele mkishirikiana na county government kuhakikisha kwamba
na tũgĩthiĩ na mbere ũmũthĩ ũrĩ mũthenya wa bũrũri kũhũrana na ndutu. CEO wa Ahadi Kenya Trust Stanley Kamau augĩte atĩ nĩ mahotete kũhũrana na gĩcunjĩ kĩa 85 harĩ igana kĩa ũndũ ũyũ wa ndutu. Oho augĩte mbeũ njĩthĩ nĩ magĩrĩire kũheo mĩtaratara ĩrĩa ĩngĩteithia kũrĩa matũũra-inĩ nĩgetha mahote kũhukia ũndũ ũyũ wa kũgĩo nĩ ndutu kaimana. Reke twamũkĩre ndeto ĩno makĩria.
Ũmũthĩ nĩ mũthenya wa gũkũngũĩra mũthenya wa kũhũrana na ndutu Kenya, na ũrĩa ingĩenda kuuga nĩ atĩ nĩ tũhotete kũnina ndutu na gĩcunjĩ kĩa 85 thĩinĩ wa Kenya. Na gĩtũmi kĩnene tũhotete gwĩka ũguo nĩ tondũ andũ arĩa tũhũthagĩra mũno nĩ andũ arĩa metagwo community health promoters. Na ũmũthĩ tũkĩte gũ-celebrate na community health promoters nĩgetha tũmacokerie ngatho nĩ wĩra marutĩte. Na nĩ ngũria thirikari atĩ maũndũ marĩa thirikari ĩreka nĩ ũndũ wa youth, tohoro wa Nyota Fund na nĩ wega manjĩrĩrie fund ya community health promoters nĩgetha nao makagĩaga na tũbeca twĩ mũhuko, makĩheo ciringi 5,000 magakoragwo atĩ mena biacara na werongerera mbeca mũhuko, makahota kwĩrutĩra wega tondũ mahũthagĩra mbeca nyingĩ mũno na 5,000 itingĩhota kũigana wĩra ũcio wothe tondũ wĩra wao nĩ wa kũ-volunteer. Ũguo nĩ ngũria thirikari marore mũno ũrĩa tũngĩhota gũteithia community health promoters na kũmahe a fund ĩngĩhota kũmateithagia onao kũiga biacara nĩgetha makahotaga atĩ rĩrĩa marathiĩ kuona arwaru kwa atumia akũrũ na andũ arĩa mena ndutu magakoragwo atĩ wĩra mararuta makĩrutagĩra mararuta na ngoro ĩmwe na merutĩire biũ. Na nĩ ngwenda kuuga ũmũthĩ atĩ kwĩna maũndũ maingĩ mũno community health promoters marathiĩ na mbere namo, na tiganĩo tũtingĩhota gũkorwo haha tũkinyĩte thĩinĩ wa ũmũthĩ. Na nĩkĩo ndĩroria thirikari ĩthiĩ na mbere kũmanyitĩrĩra na tũthiĩ na mbere tondũ ũngĩrora mũno ndutu nyingĩ irutagwo nĩ community health promoters thĩinĩ wa matũũra maitũ.
Nĩ tũrĩ CHUs na nĩ tũrĩ CHPs arĩa matũroraga mashinani na nĩo our gatekeepers hĩndĩ ĩrĩa tũgũthiĩ na kũrĩa matũũra-inĩ. Ũhoro ũyũ wa mũthenya ũyũ wa ũmũthĩ wa gũ-celebrate kana wa kũ-launch mũthenya ũyũ wa National Jiggers Day tũsupportetwo nĩ Ahadi Trust Kenya hamwe na Ministry of Health na manyitanĩire na Murang'a County. Nĩ ngũcokia ngatho mũno nĩ tondũ ingĩtarania harĩa tumĩte ũhoro wa ndutu nĩ hanene. Hĩndĩ ĩrĩa twandĩkirwo na hĩndĩ ĩrĩa twaingĩrĩire thĩinĩ wa ministry nĩ twakorire kwĩna cases nyingĩ thĩinĩ wa Gatanga sub county na nĩ tũhotete kũhũrana nacio ikinya gwa ikinya na tũkeheria kĩrĩa metĩkĩtie atĩ rĩngĩ nĩ ũgũkora nginya family icio cigĩtĩkia atĩ nĩ kũrumo marumĩtwo kana magatigĩrwo kĩrumi. Nĩ tũthiĩte tũmonetie atĩ ũtheru na kũiga ũtheru na gĩkĩro kĩa igũrũ no kĩmarute kuma ũkombo-inĩ ũcio wa kũrĩo nĩ ndutu. Na nĩ tuonete tũnyitĩrĩirwo mũno nĩ Ministry of Health manyitanĩire na Murang'a County ona Ahadi Trust Kenya nĩ ũndũ wa gũtũhe chemicals cia gũthondeka ndutu. Harĩa tũrutanĩtie na ndutu tiho rĩu tũrĩ tondũ twĩna cases nini mũno 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 ona nĩ kũigua nĩ haha no ti ta ũrĩa tugaga tene atĩ area ĩno nĩ ũgũkora atĩ ndutu nyingĩ. Thaa ici nĩ nini mũno na no nyende na nĩ ihoya rĩakwa tũngĩ support family icio makorwo na rĩngĩ na kitchen gardens kana makorwo support na kũrĩithia nyamũ ici nini okorwo nĩ mbũkũ okorwo nĩ mbũkũ ngũkũ mbũri cia iria tũma keep busy makorwo me busy nĩgetha matige gwĩciria ũhoro wa irumi kana kwaga na wagi mũno nĩ ũrehaga ndutu na ndutu icio no tuonaga ũngĩrĩo mũno nĩ ndutu nĩ kũrehagĩra mĩrimũ ta anemia kwaga thakame thĩinĩ wa mwĩrĩ ona mũrimũ ũngĩ wĩtagwo gangrene ũrĩtwo ndutu mũno kona kũrĩa kũrĩtwo nĩ ndutu nĩ kũrwaru no ũkire thibitarĩ ũthondekwo professionally kuma kwĩ thibitarĩ no rĩu thĩinĩ wa primary health care kana thĩinĩ wa community nĩ tũthondekaga tũgĩtũmĩra chemicals iria tũheagwo thĩinĩ wa ministry na NGO Star Ahadi Trust Kenya na nĩ tuonete nĩ cithiĩte thĩ.
Na tũgĩthiĩ na mbere nĩ atĩ kĩama kĩa kũhũrana na njohi ĩrĩa ngananie bũrũri-inĩ witũ wa Kenya nĩkĩo NACADA nĩ gĩtongoretio nĩ mũnini wao Simon Mwangi nĩkĩhithũrĩtie njohi ya mũigana wa mirioni 5 kũrĩa mwena wa Gabati mwena-inĩ wa Kitui. Simon Mwangi augĩte atĩ ũndũ ũyũ wonekanire thutha wa ũrĩa ũtongoragia ahũri biacara kũu gũikio ngono. Kitwamũkĩre riboti ĩno makĩria.
My name is Simon Mwangi. I'm the Deputy Director of Corporate Communications at NACADA. And today we are in Kabati area of Kitui County, where we have been conducting a multi-agency operation, and we've managed to successfully nab a notorious counterfeited alcohol distributor within this region, with alcohol that is worth estimated to be almost 5 million shillings. What we've discovered during this raid is the alcohol that is stored in his distribution warehouse bears fake KRA stamps, and we're talking about over 900 cartons and over 250 crates of suspected alcoholic drinks. So what we've also discovered is that this person is operating a wines and spirits shop and a bar very close to a secondary school, which is against the law. So we are going to be prosecuting the gentleman, and all other relevant government processes will apply. As NACADA and with other multi-agency teams, this is the second time we are conducting this kind of operations in Kitui County. And we've been able to net quite large volumes of counterfeited alcohol within this region, which, according to the information that we have, is one of the highly ranked counterfeiting hubs within the larger eastern region. So we are putting everybody on notice, and including the public, to always volunteer information in case they suspect that somebody is carrying out such unscrupulous activities, to share the information with us. And we are also requesting the public to be very vigilant, especially the people who consume these products, not to consume things that would have a negative effect on their health, and to always verify the contents of what they are consuming. This is also a good learning opportunity for businesses who are in this, business people who are in these activities, to always ensure that what they do is in line with the law, because the punishments are severe, and we are going to make sure that we follow.
Tugakwendithiria hwaini mwega mohoro maingi tukunyitanira nawe ona ciehanda thaa 3 guku kwa Mukaru TV. Ningetika Wanderi Wangari, reki tucemanie thaa 3.